Yeah, I came up with no cash, so I came up with these raps. Made a profit off a song about a coffin, but I've been living good since I can finally pay the rent. I've been chilling, yeah, it's lit. Made 20K, then I dip. Baja Blast, what I sip. Yeah, you know I keep it grounded. Haters so astounded, watching me achieve like everything in my beats bouncing. Yeah, I had a rocky come up, but working until the sun up led me down my path to victory. Watch me tap into my G, watching all my homies eat. Back to back, I keep it go. Never sleep, I catch them Z's, yeah. If you need me, I'll be in my spaceship. Money ain't the language, we in this to vanquish. This ain't entertainment, this is
Hey,
how
what's
we
going on, you
live.
beautiful people? Welcome back to our Call of Duty Zombies video. I am the Canadian Zombie, guys, and today I'm going to be going over with you in today's video what, in my opinion, is the top 5 most underrated Call of Duty Zombies map made by Treyarch. So if you guys don't agree with this list, definitely go let me know in the comment section below, respectfully, what your opinions are, the top 5 most underrated maps. I'd love to see that. And also, guys, just remember, bear in mind, this is just my opinion. You guys are totally allowed to disagree, and I'd love to see what your opinions are. So definitely go down in that comment section and let me know what your thoughts are, the top 5 most underrated map, and the thoughts are on this video. And with other guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to my Twitter account. Definitely go follow that. It's in the description down below. I post tons of stuff, and if you guys want to be featured in videos ever, definitely go follow me down there. And without any further ado, let's jump into today's video. Now, coming in the number 5 spot on my list, I have Verrückt, and there's a lot of reasons why I have Verrückt as an underrated map compared to other maps, and I'm going to explain that right now. Personally, for me, one of the best things about Verrückt is how it splits up your player group when you spawn into the game. It's a very, very unique feature that isn't used a lot on a lot of other Call of Duty Zombies maps, but on Verrückt, it works perfectly, and it fits the map perfectly on every version. It's just an element of the map that I've always loved, and it's just been a really fun element to it to go back to and play with friends, especially having to regroup in power, survive until you turn on power. It's just been it makes those fun earlier rounds challenging, especially on the old school World at War Verrückt, where the zombies are literally god modes after round 4, it feels like. So it's just another fun thing. I also have always loved the fact that there's no pack-a-punch on this map, and I love what Black Ops 3 did with the Gobblegum implementation with Chronicles, because now it allows players to play it the traditional way, but also to pack-a-punch your guns via Gobblegums if you want to use them and go after all that type of stuff. And I think that that's very, very unique, because adding different types of playstyles to maps that have already been pre-existing on a remaster is what really makes it interesting. The new type of content you can work into an old school map to make them more fun and modern to play in a remastering setting, and I think that that's what they did exactly well with Chronicles. And also not to mention the fact that it's got one of the best atmospheres in all of Call of Duty Zombies. It's got one of the most creepiest vibes that has ever been done into a map, in my opinion, and that's just mostly due to the fact that it is an abandoned psych ward on fire in a burning forest, and I feel like that element outside the map while what's going on inside the map just adds a very unique kind of factor to it with the scariness of it. And I usually don't get scared of zombies maps, but when I spawn to Verrückt, I always am a little nervous of the zombies. I'm always checking behind me because there is that element of that creepiness to it, the map, and let's be honest, the reason that this map has been underrated throughout history is because a lot of people didn't give enough chance when it launched all those years ago at World at War, because of the fact that there were other maps that outshined it. And because Shino Numa is definitely considered widely to be probably the worst World at War map if I had to really think about it, but at the same time I know a lot of the community also really hates Verrückt in the World at War maps because of how challenging the zombies were at the time and how fast they run. But when I've always looked at Verrückt, it's always been a unique, fun experience for me that I've always loved, and I've always thought it's been an underrated map, so I definitely think it deserves that number 5 spot on my list. Alright, now coming in the number 4 spot, I have Shangri-La. Now, the reason I put Shangri-La the number 4 spot on this list is personally for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is because I've always had this perception of Shangri-La that the community has always thought it has been way too challenging, and because of that, a lot of people never really played it and gave it a chance to formulate their own opinion. When you look at Shangri-La, at least in today's day and age, I think it's aged perfectly like fine wine. It had a reputation of being insanely hard, and so people always passed on it, but it provides a player in today's 2020 with a challenging, fun experience in every game. It is an amazing Easter egg that still holds up in today's standards with Easter eggs, at least in my opinion, because when we really look at what Black Ops 1 was for Easter eggs, other than maybe Moon, they were very simple and just kind of getting into the start of what Easter eggs really could be. But then when you actually look into what Shangri-La had, their Easter egg was very fun and very unique, and it still holds up as one of the cooler, more fun and easier Easter eggs to go back and do in today's day and age. It is one of the most unique and effective wonder weapons on top of that ever being made, in my opinion. I know the Black Ops 3 Chronicles edition of the BB gun isn't as effective and is a little bit more glitchier to use, but when you actually play the Black Ops 1 and even the Black Ops 3 with an extent with being the glitch, it is still very fun to use and super unique. You can't take away the uniqueness of how cool the BB gun really is as a wonder weapon. It shrinks down the zombies and you kick them. It is really cool and a fun weapon, and I wish it would have been on other maps, but at the same time I'm really happy that it's just on Shang because it kind of makes it more fun for me to go back and play Shangri-La. Just another reason to play that map. Not only to mention that the monkeys provide you with a really fun playstyle, because if you're an experienced zombies player on that map and you want to play that map and learn it, you'll never go without a max ammo, and you'll never go out with the early rounds with having not a lot of points, because you can convert every drop you get into a max ammo, into a perk even, and a double points. So when you have that much freedom in a map, I don't know how it could be hated as much as it is. And personally, I think that Shangri-La gets a little bit too much hate, and it definitely deserves to be on this list as an underrated map, so that's why I put it at the number 4 spot. Alright, now coming in the number 3 spot, I have a Black Ops 4 map that is actually regarded to be one of the best Black Ops 4 maps, yet I still think it's underrated, and I'm going to explain that. I have 9 from Black Ops 4. Now, the reason I put 9 on this list is simply due with one major reason. It's on Black Ops 4. When I look at 9, and I actually think about it as a map, and if I was to put 9, I think about this quite a bit with Black Ops 4 maps in the past, I thought of this. If you were to take 9 and put it on Black Ops 3, just as it is, in my opinion, I think it easily becomes a top 5 zombies map of all time. I think that 9 has an amazing vibe, and it's super unique, and I think that it is something that really could have been better than it really was, and that's not even saying that it's bad, because in my opinion, I think 9 is a really fun map, but yet I still think it could have been improved. It is simple yet complex in a way of only expanding on traditional zombies gameplay, but also presenting itself in a new, different way that Black Ops 4 is, perceived to be anyway, because it is different than what we've had in the past. But it blends new and old very well together, I think, compared to other Black Ops 4 maps that I don't think does that very well. But I think that 9 integrates kind of the old and the new very well, and I like it. It's done well in that map. Not only to mention, I think it's also the only time that the Black Ops 4 perk system kind of really fits the map and makes it work, in my opinion. That's only my opinion, so that anyone could think that's differently. That's just an opinion that I have on the map. Not only to mention, I think the crowd interaction within the main starting room is a very unique and cool feature to have with the Roman Coliseum vibe. It just contributes more to that vibe and location that's really unique and really cool. And not only to mention that, it's just a fun overall experience because it's got an amazing boss fight with a solid Easter egg, and having to fight that elephant at the end is really cool. And it's just a great map that is just sadly overshadowed by a really bad game, and because of that, I think it's still really underrated, and it's not as highly regarded as it could have been, in my opinion. And because of that, I think that's why it made this list at the number 3 spot. So that is definitely why I think it is justified to put it at the number 3 spot. Alright, now coming in the number 2 spot, I have put 5. Now, the one reason I have put 5 here over any other zombies map is just due to the fact that I believe that since Kino was such a monster at Black Ops 1's launch, and it has basically been a staple as a fan favorite map in Call of Duty Zombies, I personally believe that since that has happened, 5 was underrated and like the little brother that got forgotten. Not because it's a bad map, just because Kino was a monster and it kind of overshined it. And when you really look at 5 in today's standards, it's an amazing map that really holds up well. The Pentagon Thief is one of the most unique bosses to ever grace a Call of Duty Zombies map, and also one of the most rewarding to kill if you can kill him properly without him stealing your weapons, because then you get the bonfire sale, which is again one of the most unique drops ever put into Zombies, and a thing I wish they would bring back and put into future Call of Duties. The other thing that's really awesome about this map is how great and unique the characters are. Playing as Kennedy, playing as Nixon, playing as McNamara, and playing as even Castro. It's an awesome setting with awesome characters that just really make a cool vibe that really speaks volumes about what Black Ops 1 was as a game complete, and with all the types of variety and maps that they had. Not to mention that it's a very simple map to learn. There's not much to it when you have to teach someone to learn a map, In today's Zombies, everything's so complex and heavily guide influence that it's so, nice to have introduce a newer player to Zombies, have them play 5, where it's very simple and yet challenging, and it pushes them, because a lot of Zombies maps nowadays, they push you, but they push you to the brink where it's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, I need to look up help. And 5 and old school Zombies maps like this from Black Ops 1 do a really good job on making it difficult, but also just doing enough to guide you to successfully survive long enough to have fun on the map. And I think that's what 5 does perfectly. It's perfection, it's simplicity done to perfection. I think that's the best way you can put 5, and I really appreciate 5 a lot more now when I play Call of Duty Zombies than what I did when I was a kid, and that's why I definitely think it's an underrated Call of Duty Zombies map, and that's why I definitely think it deserves the number 2 spot on my list. And without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the #1 spot on the most underrated Call of Duty Zombies map of all time definitely has to be, without a doubt, from Black Ops 3's DLC 2, Zetsubou no Shima. Now, where to start with Zetsubou no Shima and defending it, I don't even know, because personally I think it's one of the best maps ever created. It is an awesome experience regardless of how good you are at zombies or how bad you are at zombies. It is just fun and unique experience all around. It has one of the most coolest wonder weapons ever put into Call of Duty Zombies, at least in my opinion. I love the KT-4, I love the Masamune, and I also love building the KT-4, and I love upgrading it into the Masamune. I think it's really cool and really well integrated, and I really like it. Not to only mention, the Skull of Non-Stopway is definitely the best specialist ever put into a Call of Duty Zombies game. I'll fight anybody on that. It is super unique, super cool, super powerful, and really well integrated into the Easter egg. It's fun to be able to use the specialists and actually have them tie in to the Easter egg. You know, it's not a lot, but it is fun to use the skull, and I really like that. Not only to mention spiders, ladies and gentlemen. Spiders were one of the coolest additions ever put into zombies, especially the fact that there is a boss spider to fight, spider rounds that replace dog rounds, and an Easter egg called Spider Bait that allows you to actually become a spider and fight the zombies. How fucking cool is that? And not only, another thing to mention about why this map is super great, the Easter egg is just integrated with your setup, so every game it is rewarding and beneficial to do the Easter egg because it's just part of your game. And a lot of maps don't have that, where it's just part of your gameplay, where it's just part of, you know, progressing through the map and getting better and getting well upgraded. They don't have that type of experience because you have the other steps you have to do with it. But with Zetsubou, everything is laid out in front of you from the moment you spawn in. If you do all of this stuff that you need to build, if you can get this stuff ready, you will be able to successfully fight and do the Easter egg and attempt the Easter egg. And also, it's challenging for high rounds. It's one of the few maps on Black Ops 3 that, regardless of Gobblegums, still is a challenge to high round players because it is so challenging. There's only one player that I know, and that is Insanity, ladies and gentlemen, that has gotten round 100 on Zetsubou no Shima. I can't think of a lot of other people off the top of my head, other than him, that has ever gotten that I know personally. And that just has a lot, because almost every one of my other friends has gotten 100 on at least all of the Black Ops 3 maps because they're not that hard to do. And that leading me into another point that you could go on is how visually stunning the map is. It's one of the most beautiful maps ever created, in my opinion, next to some of the other most beautiful maps ever created in Black Ops 3. There are just so many great features within Zetsubou no Shima that make it a underrated map. The Marshals and HG40, super well-fitting guns that they added into that DLC. The Thrasher, while being annoying, fits the map perfectly, you know. The swimming mechanism was a great iteration of zombies. It's not used to the best effectiveness, but it's still a cool addition to add into a swampy zombies map. Overall, and another thing to talk about before we really end it, I actually do think the planting system is one of the coolest things ever put into zombies, because it's not hard to do. Everyone that complains about the planting aspect of zombies is just lazy. You literally do fuck all and water a plant and you can get free perks. Like, it's so easy. This map does so many things that eliminates the use of Gobblegums, because you don't need to. You can bake a fucking clone pod for yourself and have an extra life that gives you all your perks and guns when you're down. You can have a free perk and get as many perkaholics as you want and grow as many fruit plants as you want. They're not consistent, but the ability is there. And when maps present you with the choice and ability to play the game how you want, that is what makes the best Call of Duty Zombies experience. And that is why, in my opinion, Zetsubou no Shima deserves the #1 spot as being the most underrated Call of Duty Zombies map of all time. Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on what your top 5 underrated zombies maps are and how you agree with this list in the comment section below. If you're also new to this channel, just found it browsing around on YouTube, definitely consider dropping a subscription if you're all your Call of Duty Zombies needs. And to all the returning subscribers, viewers, and all of that stuff, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support as usual. Peace out, take care, and I will see you in the next one. Also, quick shout out, make sure to go follow my Twitter, as I said at the start of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, take care, bye-bye.